Hello guys. I hope all you are fine. Welcome back to our channel Doctorspedia. If you have not yet subscribed our channel, then subscribe our channel. Today we will talk about 7 most common counterfeit drugs. Before starting about drugs, have you think, what is the meaning of counterfeit drug? Counterfeit drug means that they are manufactured and packed to look like legitimate brand name medications, but often contain none of the active ingredients listed on the label. Or we can say counterfeit drugs are fake drugs. And now we will talk about 7 most common counterfeit drugs. The first most common counterfeit drug is antibiotics. As you know, antibiotics are drugs you take when you are sick with an infection. If you will take a counterfeit version of an antibiotic, you could make you sicker more than first time, because it does not cure infection. And getting worsening illness is only one risk of taking antibiotics purchased without a prescription. The second most common counterfeit drugs are cancer drugs. In recent years, fake cancer drugs had been found in China and Israel, and also then again in February 2012 in the United States. In this case, the FDA warned doctors' offices and clinics in 15 states that they might have purchased counterfeit vials of Avastin containing no real drug, but simply acetone and water, after a lead from the UK's Medicines and Health Care Products Regulatory Agency, EMHRA. And now comes the third most common counterfeit drugs, which are treatments for chronic ailments like HIV, diabetes, and Alzheimer's. Chronic ailments pose a great marketing opportunity for drug counterfeiters, because chronic ailments by their very nature respond at a more measured pace to treatment. As a result, drugs for conditions like AIDS and diabetes are being counterfeited more frequently, subjecting those who suffer from them to increased dangers from lack of treatment and exposure to toxic compounds. And now comes the fourth most common counterfeit drugs, which are painkillers and weight loss medications. Painkillers and weight loss drugs have already been exploited by counterfeiters selling fake versions in the US. Only by prescription medications from VIPS-approved pharmacies or legitimate brick-and-mortar pharmacies, and only by over-the-counter drugs from trusted sellers. Then the fifth most common drugs are psychiatric medications. The recent FDA warning about counterfeit Adderall sold online is an example of how drug counterfeiters are also targeting psychiatric medications. Xanax, Ativan, Adderall, or Ambien will turn up hundreds of websites offering these powerful drugs without a prescription. The sixth most common counterfeit drugs are ED medications. ED drugs are offered for sale via thousands of fake online pharmacies without prescription. The real danger of buying these drugs from a non-VIPS-approved pharmacy is that there is a very good chance they will not just be counterfeit, but poison. And the last comes the most common counterfeit drugs, which are cardiovascular medications. If you suffer heart disease, you should be treated by a doctor, not a website that offers online diagnosis of your ailments. Coronary heart disease is the leading cause of death for American men and women. So it's no wonder that cardiologists and other doctors have viewed with alarm reports that fake and ineffective versions of these often expensive drugs are circulating in the US. The real danger is that not only will patients not get the drugs they need, they will get a dangerous counterfeit instead.